Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Bree V, back again with the Not So Conspiracy. In today's video, I'm in a different location. I'm at a gym. And also, in today's video, I'm going to discuss a topic that I've been wanting to discuss for a while. The victim mentality. But before we start, I just want to say to you guys, Happy New Year. How you guys doing today? I didn't mean to say how you guys doing today. I said that before, but Happy New Year. We had made it to 2023, and for the past 3 years, it's been really, really crazy. But before I get into the video, I just want to say that you made it to another year. Make 2023 the best year you can make it, and don't worry about what's going on in the Matrix. Like I said before in previous videos, we have family members that like to keep us informed, even though we don't want to be informed, but it always comes back. But focus on yourself, focus on your goals, focus on, just block out all the outside noise, and everything will fall into place. And I guarantee you, you will have a good year. You will have a good year if you don't listen to mainstream media. That's how I put it to you. If you turn off your TV, turn off your radios, you will have a good year. But yes, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be tuned in any and every time I post a new video. So in today's video, I want to talk about the victim mentality, especially within the Black community. Now, this is a topic that I've been wanting to discuss for a while, but I didn't know exactly how to go about it without offending people. Because it's going to be people offended by this video. I'm not trying to put my people, my community. I'm not trying to down talk my community with this video at all. That's the last thing I want to do, is down talk my community. But I'm going to talk about the harsh truth of this victim mentality thing, because I have seen this with people around me. And especially within the last 3 years, it has been really, really a focus. The race card, the victim mentality. It seems as if it's been very, very hyped up within the last 3 years, and I blame mainstream media, I blame Hollywood, I blame all three of those, both of these, and the government, some of these race-baiting politicians as well, for why the victim mentality is such a central, has been very amped up within the last few years, especially within the Black community, but not just within the Black community either. You have other communities of people too as well, the Latino community, even though, white people was no offense, I'm not trying to say it like that, but even they too have the victim mentality as well, with quote unquote white guilt, which I'm gonna get into talking about that as well. So yes, the victim mentality. I have talked about this a little bit in my channel. On the community feed, but I want to get more in depth with this shit. I really do. So within the last few years, I have noticed people around me too as well, even people that I've known for about maybe 5 years plus. And let's be honest here, we all have that family member. We have family members, friends, colleagues we have known within the past maybe 5 years or so. And not once has race played a big role to them until 3 years ago, when the media told them to think about the victim mentality and think about the race card and all those things and being oppressed and shit. And I told you guys before, I check off a lot of boxes within the oppression Olympics. I'm Black, I'm a lesbian, and I'm a woman. But you don't see me out here crying about it. You don't see me out here trying to use that to my advantage. And you don't see me out here having a woe is me act when things don't go my way, if I don't get a position that I want, or things don't go my way. Or, they didn't want to hire me because I'm Black, or because I'm gay, or because I'm a Black lesbian woman. But I have seen a lot of people, especially within my close perimeter, they'll be like, oh, I don't like my job is so prejudiced. Nah, your job is not prejudiced. Maybe you're a shitty employee that needs to work on your skills and be a better employee. Or, oh, I can't stand quote unquote the other race, they're trying to oppress me. Why do I always get passed over for this, or why do I always get passed over for that? And the thing about it with the victim mentality and slavery and racism in general is that, like, slavery and racism has been around since the beginning of time. Even our own people, our own ancestors has owned, well, I don't know about my ancestors like that as far as that goes with them owning slaves or being slaves, but some of our ancestors either were slaves. Now I know I'm on my mom's side, and then I'm gonna get into a little bit of my ancestry, blah blah blah, because my aunt on my dad's side did research our ancestors before, and like I said, I don't really know too much about whether or not my people were that, but according to my aunt on my dad's side, she said that one of our relatives was a runaway slave. So I don't know too much about whether or not that's the case, but according to her it is. Maybe I might do that one day, do my own research of my ancestors. That's something I want to do. But yeah, a lot of people since the beginning of time, we were either, our family members probably either owned slaves or were slaves. And you know, when it comes to the history of slavery, especially when it comes to black people, there's a lot of truths and a lot of lies that we don't know about. I truly believe that half the shit that we learn in those McGraw-Hill textbooks when it comes to racism and slavery is a damn lie. I just want to know, like, seriously, you know who enslaved black people more than black people back then? It sure wasn't the other race, you know, white people. It sure wasn't them, because allegedly, according to research, when you go on DuckDuckGo and look this stuff up, white people were in the fields with us too. Now, people are not ready for that conversation at all. And if you do try to tell that to the average sleeper, the average normie or whatever, they're gonna think you're talking crazy, because they want to keep that victim mentality, because it helps them feel comfortable and it helps them for not taking accountability. The victim mentality really, to me, it's a weak mindset. It's a loser mindset, and you are a loser in my eyes if you have that type of mentality. And I'm not trying to say this to be rude, but you gotta take accountability for some of your actions. Now, I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist. It definitely does. Now, I've been in some situations where I did feel discriminated against, but not every situation happens to be due to my race. But there's a lot of people out here who use every situation and base it off of race, especially within the last 3 years, because of how the media has hyped up and encouraged you to have this victim mentality. And the reason why they're doing that is because they don't want you to progress. They want to keep you at that oppressed level, so that way you're easier to control, you're easier to go along with narratives. And have you noticed that people that have that type of mindset go along with the mainstream narrative all the time? Hell, they the main ones that didn't even question the Mayweather-Tyson jab. Just went and got the shit stuck in them without even doing research or questioning that shit. They the main ones that took the scamdemic the most serious, if you haven't noticed. But seriously, it really is a mindset that no one should have. No race of people, whether you're black or white, Hispanic, Indian, Asian. That's the type of mindset they want you to have, so that way you won't figure out your true self or know your true self. Because a lot of people that have this type of mindset don't know themselves. They live in autopilot mode. Pretty much let this matrix do the thinking for them. And they're depressed. And I'm not saying this to be rude about it, but I'm just saying the God's honest truth for the victim mentality and why people have that mindset. People don't like accountability, people don't like change, and people don't want to face the fact that maybe, just maybe, it's time for them to kind of, you know, take charge of their lives and find themselves. People are comfortable with their misery. People are comfortable with being oppressed. And it's sad. I want better for society, not just my race of people, but for all people as well. Because it's not just the black community with this mindset. yeah, it may seem like we're the ones that have this mindset the most, but other communities, other ethnic backgrounds of people have victim mentalities too. It's just in different ways. But I can only speak on my people. And I'm not trying to talk down my people at all. But I'm just about to contradict myself by saying this, because I'm saying I can only speak on my people. But I want to talk about white guilt. Now, I'm going to speak on white guilt only because I've been in this situation before where somebody tried to use white guilt to get me to, warm up to them. So there's this dude that one of my colleagues, I remember when I told one of my colleagues where I went to college at, and he said he went to school in that area, and he was white, and he was like, "Oh, don't think nobody there." I went to. He told me what school he went to in that area, and all that, and he told me, "But don't think I'm like that." And I'm like, "Huh? What you mean?" So it was an incident at his school where they had a black principal about 4 years back, and there was a racial hate crime. Well, not crime, but vandalism with racial slurs. And he was trying to convince me so hard that he wasn't racist. I'm just going to say this to you. If you're white and you're watching my channel, you don't need to try to convince me that you're not racist. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to think you're racist. And that's what, and not to mention, don't let this mainstream media shame you into being white. Because some of y'all, especially those who identify as liberal, they seem to be the ones that suffer from this type of white guilt, where they got to convince people, people like my hue, that they're not racist. But don't let this mainstream media shame you into being ashamed of your race. Don't let them shame you into being a part of your race. I go by how you treat me. But don't let this mainstream media shame you into being white. Make you feel bad for the skin color and the ethnic background you was born with. Because that's what they want you to do. They want you to hate yourself. They don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic. They don't care what race you are. They want you to hate yourself, period. And they want us to be in a race war with each other. They want us at each other's necks because their time is up. And they need us more than ever at each other's throats so they can implement their NWO, if you know what I mean. But this is a time for us to come together as one, not for us to be separated, fighting at each other's throats, or having a certain mentality. We're warriors here. We're not losers. And me personally, I don't like losers. I don't want to hang around losers. I want to be around winners with a winner mindset, not a loser with a loser mindset. Because for me personally, I'm a winner. So, and I'm not trying to sound cocky by saying this, but you're supposed to believe in yourself like this. You're supposed to believe that you're going to win in every chance you get. Stop looking for racism in everything. Stop looking for all these challenges and obstacles in everything you do and wonder why you don't get it. Now, I'm not saying that race doesn't play a factor in a lot of situations. Because sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes, there are some people out there that do have that mindset. But racism to me is not a systematic problem. It's an inner self problem. That person is just a racist fuck that hates themselves. Because if you haven't noticed, 9 times out of 10, most racist people hate themselves. And I also feel like people that look for that victim mentality, that have that victim mentality, also hate themselves too. That's a loser mindset. You're not going to progress that way. But I understand why people have that mindset. Because I'm not going to lie to you. I used to have that mindset too. I used to too, but I woke up a few years back and realized that I'm the cause of my situation. I'm the one that needs to hold myself accountable for all these faults and work on them. And when I stopped having that mindset, I started winning. I started winning when I started having that mindset. When I just that victim mentality mindset, you know, the whole everything about mainstream media and the what they've been trying to program us with and the type of mindset they're trying to program us with. When I ditched that shit, I started winning more in life. I kid you not. I kid you not. I started winning more in life when I ditched that mindset. And a lot of people that have that type of mindset, they're not progressing in life. They're still where they are 5 years ago. And wondering why their life isn't, oh wait, I forgot. It's because they're black. No, seriously, this is really some people's mindset when it comes to why their life isn't progressing. They're the same people who will sit at that job for 10 years plus and still complain about not getting their just dues or not getting their recognition. They're the same type of people that will stay in a fucked up situation when it comes to relationships and wonder why they're not happy with their significant other. You should have ditched that toxic ass a long time ago. But yeah, I just wanted to just come on here and say my thoughts because I feel like within the last 3 to 4 years, I have noticed this mindset amongst people, especially people around me. They didn't think like this 5 years ago at all. They was not thinking like this 5 years ago. But when the mainstream media started hyping it up more, all of a sudden now they want to focus on the race card and victim mentality and shit. Pretty much the oppression Olympics. And it's like COVID really did bring out, like, really did enhance it more. But yeah, I know I'm just rambling about it. But it's just something that's been on my mind. It's something that I wanted to talk about. Like I said, I'm not trying to offend nobody here. I'm not trying to talk down on my community or any other community. I'm not here to uplift. I am here to uplift. What I'm trying to say is I'm not here to uplift one race over the other because I know I'm gonna get those type of comments in my section. Like I'm saying, I'm talking down on my people. When I clearly said that other races of people have this mentality too as well, not just within the black community. But yeah, I'm not here to uplift another race and put down my own. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just speaking on the level where I see it's a thing with all races of people, not just the black community. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.